Number one, you have to set up your emergency fund. The emergency fund is the money that you put in a box and you don't break that box until something really bad happens. That's the first step that you have to do. The second step that you have to do is you have to see how much money you're making, how much more money you need, and then start increasing your saving percentage. So now these are all about money because that's how you will travel. It's not about, I'm not going to say, hey, go to skyscanner.com, find the cheapest flight, try to live below your means, try to get the cheapest hotel, try to get the cheapest hostel. That's all backpacking advice. That doesn't work because it's short term. You go and you have a cheap trip, you come back. That's not what this is all about, right? So people's mindsets about digital nomadism have to change a little bit. So it's about these steps, right? So you got to go frugal initially, because then you can understand the real value of money, and you can realize, I'm actually spending money on things I don't value. So let me spend this on experiences instead. So that's the second step. You figure out your expenses and savings ratio. You start increasing your percentage of savings. If that's too less, if the amount you're making is too less, then you have to think about more revenue streams. I'm not saying just save. I want you to save just to learn how to save and live a frugal lifestyle, because that's going to help a lot becoming a digital nomad. But the second step is, in the parallel step with that, is that you also figure out different revenue streams. So that's the second thing. The third thing is you have to become a minimalist. And this is probably the biggest thing that has helped me being able to travel 25 countries at a decent price and still save a lot of money while I did this. Becoming a minimalist overall will also give you this feeling of being a nomad, because you won't have, if you don't have a car, let's say, or a house, let's say, you will feel free, because what you've done in your life is that you got a bag when you were born and you started filling it up with things. And now you have so many things, you have a car, you have a TV inside, you have like all the shit inside, you have probably like a big family, which is all cool, but you got to keep the people, but you can throw out the things, right? You can be light, you can remove the things, a lot of things from your life. So that's the third thing, being a minimalist. The fourth thing is you got to start building your digital processes. So a lot of people still, I know, do accounting on pen and paper, which is cool. Pen and paper is good sometimes, but you have to make sure that you have all your processes in place online. You know how to use the right tools. You have all your files in some place. When I say online, I don't mean like in your laptop. You can't have your work files in your laptop. It has to be somewhere on the cloud, so that you are not dependent on these things, right? So you have to be free of all these barriers. So if you don't have your laptop, if you don't have your system, if you don't have your big screen, whatever you guys use, then you can still work. You're still able to make money. That's the fourth thing, that you have to digitalize everything, digitalize all your processes. The fifth thing is, the final thing is, you have to take that leap, right? When I say take that leap, don't be stupid. Do all the 4 steps first. But then you got to book a one-way ticket to some new country which you don't know anything about. That's the fifth. That's the most important step. So I tell people that if you're worried about taking a leap, if you're not sure about taking a leap, just take the leap, right? So this is how I started. I booked a one-way ticket to Vietnam, the first thing, when I was starting this experiment, and I didn't book a return ticket. That's really important. You should not book a return ticket, because this puts you in that mindset of freedom. This puts you in that mindset of being a long-term digital nomad.